Washing my hands.
Do you want me to stir this?
Yeah.
Just at this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ow!
You might want to turn it down if it's hurting you.
It was only a little.
Okay.
You're doing good, Val.
What can I... Okay, I think we need a third camera. I'm moving the camera up in the air. I'm so sorry, people. Alright, there we go.
You gotta have a stovetop camera.
Yeah. But somehow that it won't steam it.
In the corner.
Maybe in the corner over there.
Under here.
Under there.
Lord Boo would like to know if you always wear the chef jacket when you cook, or are you dressed up for the stream?
I'm dressed up for the stream, but I do wear the chef jacket when I cook for catering, which I also have a catering business. A small one, under the table.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, and for the catering business, I've done barbecues, buffets, plated dinners. There was a recent one that I did, a 6-course plated dinner for 12 people.
You always do our event.
Yeah, and I always do their event to help raise money for Dace's Rock and More Music Academy.
And your event is what?
It's a big concert with 2 stages, and she cooks dinner for everybody. It's like 200 people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's just her. She usually gets a couple of people to help, and when she was working at Renton Technical College, she was able to enlist students. You probably still could do that.
Yeah, no, the students are more than willing to help me. I talked to them recently, and they said that they missed me, and they didn't like the new guy, and yeah.
Dummies. Not the students.
Not the students.
The school.
Do
Hannah
I keep
says...
stirring this?
Now let it sit for a second, and then stir it every once in a while.
Hannah says this is an awesome stream.
Thank
you,
Hannah.
Hannah. Oh, we were all supposed to answer at once. Darn it. You blew it, Ariel.
Sorry.
Okay, so
So now what are we doing? We're
just
cooking the meat?
Kind of waiting for that to happen. It's called the Maillard reaction.
What's that?
It's when meat caramelizes.
Talking to the camera,
It's when meat caramelizes.
And what does that mean? I don't understand.
It means that it gets a caramel type color and it seals in all the juices.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we're waiting for it to do?
Yes. That's
Okay.
what we're waiting for it to do.
It looks really good. Do I get a piece of this?
Yes,
Well-
you can have a piece of it after it's done.
You get to eat lots of it, actually, so...
No, I mean...
Okay. So, now, what are you going to do next?
Now, going to get some flour together.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I kind of think you should start cooking the noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea too. I probably need to add some more water into there.
And Lord Boo says, is there a difference between caramelizing and browning? Oh, yes. Would you like me to explain it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The difference between caramelizing and browning is browning, you're just going to take your vegetable, your meat, whatever it is, and you're going to make the outsides of it brown. You're going to do it quickly over a higher heat. And, yes, go ahead.
It's also called searing.
And it's also called searing. And then you're going to stop. Whereas caramelizing, you're going to be doing that at a little bit lower of a heat, and you're going to be cooking. Yeah. Well, hold it still for a second. You move it too fast. This is what caramelizing looks like, because it's now everything's turned kind of browny, caramely colored.
It's got a crunchiness on it.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a crunch because you've done it for a lot longer. Browning is a quick technique, searing and caramelizing is a longer technique. So there you go. I hope that helped.
Mario. If you guys hear me calling out Mario every once in a while, It's because I have a corgi. And
The
Hannah,
dog.
Hannah, if you want to throw up the dog command, you can let everybody know a little bit about him.
Do you burn yourself a lot?
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
I feel it anymore? Not really.
Do you ever get blisters?
All the time.
I was cooking a steak last week, and somehow, I don't know, my pan got too hot, and a thing jumped up on me, and I got this blister right there. You can only see a scar now.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay.
Most oftentimes, cooks and chefs have burns and scars kind of all up and down this part of their arms.
Oh, dear.
you have chef calluses?
Oh, yeah. Well, mine's kind of weak right now because I haven't done any industrial cooking. But usually you get a callus like right there
From where you hold the knife?
from where you hold the knife.
Thy Ninja has logged on. Hi, Thy Ninja.
Hello. Welcome to my kitchen.
And Lord Boo says, so browning searing is mostly cooking the outside and caramelizing is cooking it through?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Caramelizing you normally don't do on a meat product. You're normally going to be doing that on a vegetable kind of a product. So you're, yeah, that's about it.
Alright, so looks like the beef is completely cooked all the way through.
Can I have a piece?
Yeah.
All right. So now what do we do? Now we're going to add our vegetables back in
Right.
because we don't want to keep cooking the beef too much. So we're going to put the vegetables back in. Now we're going to add the beef stock.
Yes, indeedy.
Can I stir?
Yeah. And usually when you're cooking beef, you want to usually drain the fat off of it. If you were like cooking some beef for like tacos or something, ground beef or something like that. But with this, you want it all up in there.
Because it's going to go in the sauce.
Because it's going to go into sauce, which is going to make it a stew.
Silly Kitty is here.
What's
Hey,
the
Silly
difference?
Kelly.
What's the difference between a soup and a stew?
What's the difference between a soup and a stew?
Oh, it's been so long since I've been in soup and sauce. Do you know? Do you remember?
Sure. A stew is going to be a really thick mixture of meat with very little sauce in it, or not as much sauce in it, whereas a soup is going to be more of a broth with stuff in it, and a soup can sit and cook for hours and hours, whereas like a stroganoff like this, you would not want to leave this cooking for hours. It would turn into mush.
Yeah.
There you go. And
Alright.
Gadian says stew is thicker. Yep.
Yep.
Agreed. And I don't know that I would really call stroganoff a stew. Well, I guess it is, but it's not a long cooking stew. It's a very short cooking stew.
What do you think? Half the bag?
It says 3 cups of cooked noodles for the thing, so whatever you think is enough for all of us.
Probably half the bag.
Okay.
More than half.
A little more than half. Just so we can have extras, so my husband can have some later.
Yeah.
Am I in this camera or this camera?
Well,
Is that what we're doing?
I don't know what we're doing. I'm trying to get the stove
Okay.
because there's really no point in videoing the counter.
Well, yeah.
There's
'cause-
really nothing happening there. So we're getting the stove in the middle of your body. And I'm trying to hold it steady on this little teeny... Here, I'll show you.
It's so cute, guys.
It's the teeniest,
Tripod.
teeniest tripod on
It's
earth.
really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's hard. I'm having to hold it with my arm. My arm's going to fall off. We need to tie it on or something, or
Yeah.
tape it, or...
So I'm gonna add a little
Yeah.
salt to the water,
And why do you do that?
just to make sure that the it brings out the flavor of the pasta.
Does it make it boil faster?
It also does that.
Okay.
And if you were to pour salt over ice water or ice, it would actually make it fall below 0.
Oh man, Trojan has another question. What about the difference between a stew and a chowder?
Oh, good
Yeah.
question. Ah!
What's going on?
Ah!
Popping!
Hey,
What makes a chowder? You can have like clam chowder, corn chowder.
A chowder
Yeah,
is
all kinds of
made
chowders.
typically through pureed potato to thicken it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's why it's so potatoey, Ariel.
But even corn chowders are potato and corn chowder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So a chowder is another kind of a soup that you can cook for hours and it'll still be good. And so it's a little thinner than a stew, but not much. And typically all the pieces of it are going to be pretty small. Whereas a stew is going to have large pieces of vegetables and meat and things like that. I hope I explained that well. Thy Ninja likes your shirt, your t-shirt, Ariel.
Thank you.
So when
What
I
is
make,
that sound?
she would like to know, when I make chips,
like
should I
that.
place them in ice water or just cold water for starch?
Alright, I'm gonna turn stuff off in my oven. There's some really weird clicking sound that I've never heard before.
All right. Don't panic.
What was the question?
When I make chips, should I place them in ice water or just cold water for starch? Sorry.
When you make chips,
Yeah.
I place them in ice water, or no, I place sliced potatoes into water after I've sliced them, and then
Not on the camera.
and then I drain them and put new water in, because the starch can help to cause the browning on the potatoes when it's exposed to the air and the water.
All right. So you don't necessarily need ice water.
Yes.
Yes, you do. Yes, you don't.
No, you don't.
Really?
I don't think so.
I kind of thought you had to use some cold. It has to be cold water for sure. I think. Mystical Knight is now following.
Thanks for the follow.
Woo! I don't even see Mystical Knight on here.
They're probably a lurker.
So they don't show up in the chat?
Yeah,
They do?
they don't.
Oh, I didn't know
When
that.
they don't speak, they're a lurker.
Okay.
Twitch celebrates its lurkers because lurkers are the backbone of our community.
I'm sure they're watching and learning. Huh? Thy Ninja says homemade chips are the best, and she's British.
Oh.
So it would be fries for us. So she's talking about fries, not like potato chips.
Oh.
All right.
That's
Okay.
funny.
I
That was really funny. Silly Kitty says, I didn't know that. I usually soak them in salted ice water. Okay, interesting. Oh, Thy Ninja, I eat my potatoes raw.
That's- You're probably going to have an upset stomach, but, to
well,
each
they
their
do
own.
it, so apparently not.
To each their own.
Lord Boo says, I followed before the stream went live. Can I get an already following shout out? What does that mean? I don't understand.
He or she followed when I was networking with other streamers.
Oh, okay. So Hannah said, hi, Lord Boo.
So thanks for the follow, Lord Boo, from a couple days ago. Or last week, not sure.
And Hannah posted, welcome to the kitchen, Lord Boo. Okay. Silly Kitty says, my kids like to eat raw potatoes. Trojan Zombie says, my grandpa eats raw garlic.
I respect that.
I also respect that.